murders, thefts that are being perpetrated black against white. And Philip understands that, and that's why he's standing beside me. It's not about we need to get tribalistic on white and you're black. It's about, hey, if it were the opposite case, if I was born, you guys know my character by now, being a January 6er, if I was born in the 1960s or 50s, and it was the opposite case where I was seeing lynchings and other kinds of, actual violence being perpetrated against black Americans by whites, I would stand beside Philip. I'd be right beside that man, right there. And this is that man, 2025 edition. So, I just want Philip to get the opportunity, guys, to talk, because he shares a lot of the same values I do, but he's from a different community, just inherently because we're of different skin colors and different races. But we're Americans at the bottom level. These are identities that they stack on top of us, but unless we address the black culture, the violent gang, the violent hip-hop culture that has perverted the minds of the young black men and actually made them so that the racism that they feel towards white Americans is being acted upon. These things are being acted upon. We're live? Okay. These things are being acted upon. Racism is one thing. God forbid, we don't like racism, but racism when it turns to action, now that's illegal. And there may be white racism in America that needs to be addressed. But the black racism in America is actually turning to deaths, bodies stacked,
and it's
stores,
more.
and it's more.
Like
but
3 times more.
We need to heal the issue of people dying and being murdered and attacked in the streets first, and then we can heal the issue of the actual ideologies. We need to stop.
If I may, being a black man myself, it's kind of like a firefighter going to a fire and fighting the smoke instead of the fire.
Amen.
You know what I mean? So, what extent are you and with your connections or whatever are willing to go to stop this type of music or what have you being distributed to what you think is black youth that's out here? Are y'all willing to go to the corporations, the record labels, the distributors, and say, hey, look, we gotta stop allowing this music that promotes black on black crime and this violence, which eventually goes out into the white community.
Amen.
Based off of how you feel.
And actually, right now, I'm going to just on a whim say next protest we're doing, we will go to a major record label, maybe Universal or one of these record labels, and stand again shoulder to shoulder and get down to root causes. Because right now I'm here as a representative of the white community in America, and that's why I'm making a stand, because of the violence upon the people that I know and love, my family members, the community I grew up in, is getting to a point where it's untenable. But let's get down to the root cause and let's start to protest some of these monolithic corporations that are pushing this horrible culture upon our people.